Alrighty. The action is the juice. The juice is always loose. Welcome to the Austin Ingels Show. That's from the movie, if you would have known, Radu, if you would have watched it. I am your host, Austin Ingels, and this is produced by Radu. She's got a great ass. When I think of a woman's ass, something comes out of me. And with that, I'm going to bring in someone who's got a great ass. JD, how we doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you doing? Radu, do you think that you're ever going to try to watch one of the movies that is discussed on the podcast, or...
No, I think I only want to just do the ones that I remember.
Okay, all right.
Next week, I guess this is just a little tease. Next week we're doing Truman Show, and he's seen that. So
that's so bizarre to me.
Yeah, I know,
well,
right?
No, I mean, I guess not. No,
yeah,
no, that's
I said it to him.
Truman
I'm like,
Show.
"You've seen Truman Show, right?" And he looked at me like, "Dude, of course I have." Well, yeah, well,
I watched
obviously,
movies.
I'm not like I didn't live under a rock in the '90s. Of course, I saw the Truman Show.
I watched movies that girls watched in high school. Sorry, guys.
You watched movies that girls watched in high school?
Yeah, if a girl had wanted to watch it, I watched
you were
it.
their gay best friend and watched it with them?
I was actually voted most spirited boy for whatever that's worth in high school. So,
Did you say most spirited boy?
Most spirited boy.
Okay, so yeah, gay best friend. Got it. Cool.
This is awesome. What a great start.
I'm sorry.
No, I love it. This is perfect. JD, do you have any?
Were you a cheerleader?
I was actually the mascot.
Yeah, he loves wearing suits.
All right.
Like
that
he
makes
loves
sense.
he loves
Yeah,
costumes and all that. Last week he
that's
had a
right. Yeah,
he had the mole costume on and the camera wasn't working, so none of that was in the fucking video.
Radu, I was voted most talkative, and it's like, yeah, we get it, so I understand what you're talking about here.
That was really a thing? Most talkative?
I swear to God, yeah. Me and some girl, I don't remember who, but were voted most talkative.
God,
and I was like, oh,
you
cool.
fucking miss her, don't you?
No, because I think along with her and a couple other people, like, that were voted best likely or most or whatever, those kinds of things, a couple of them are dead now, so fuck it,
Hell yeah. That's what I was hoping you'd say. Do you have any plugs up top that you want to get out of the way?
No.
God, you're such a fucking renaissance man. It's crazy.
I'm everywhere and I'm nowhere.
That's what's crazier. I don't know, man. I guess every Thursday, even though the last 4 Thursdays I haven't been on Speakeasy, you can find me every Friday. Crazy Conches. JD, do you know what a Conches is?
Is it Spanish?
Yeah.
No.
Tell him, Radu.
First of all, a singular conchas
Okay.
is a concha.
Whatever. Look at my skin. I'm white.
It's like the snickerdoodle of Mexican breakfast.
It's like a pastry.
Cookies.
Oh, okay.
You dip it in coffee.
It's honestly very overrated. Yeah, if you don't have coffee.
It's overrated?
Yeah, if you don't have coffee, it's just like a dry piece of bread.
Yo, can I say something? Well, I don't
Please.
want to get too controversial off the top here, but
Please do.
Mexican food is a tad overrated.
That is controversial. That's why we have you
I'm
on.
sorry. I hate to break it. Don't get me wrong, dude. I love authentic Mexican food, but
Yeah.
some of it is a tad overrated.
Oh, for
we
sure.
get it. We don't need refried beans on everything,
We only have Los Ranchitos. Is Los Ranchitos still kicking it back home?
I don't know. I don't eat that shit.
Right. Correct.
I hate to be all controversial about Los Ranchitos, but
Yeah, no, I don't think you're saying anything that people don't already agree with. While we're talking about food, I like to do a little current event. Do you keep up with your news, JD? You out of the loop?
I don't know. It depends on what news you're talking about.
Right. I'm going strictly from TMZ on Instagram with my news. So.
Oh, well, then I might know it.
Okay. Former New York Yankee Brett Gardner. Did you hear about this?
No.
Did you guys see
I don't know who
this?
Brett Gardner is.
Did you guys see this, Jay Leno? It's my Jay Leno voice. His son died from food poisoning. And I'm a Yankees fan. Yeah, I'm a Yankees fan, so it sucked to find out that I'm a really shitty cook too. We're having a good time. What's the latest movie you've seen before we begin, JD? Did you watch anything over the week?
What did I watch over the week? Oh, I watched, in the spirit of Robert De Niro, I watched a movie called Everybody's Fine. And it was really weird.
Is that newer?
Like 2009?
Oh, I've never heard of
Dude,
that.
so if really quickly, Robert
Yes.
De Niro's wife has just died a few months ago. He has 4 kids: Drew Barrymore, Kate Beckinsale, and Sam Rockwell, and a kid that you don't know. None
Okay.
of that, all of them cancel some weekend trip that they have. Well, sorry, spoilies, by the way. Throughout the thing, you find out that Robert De Niro doesn't have a great relationship with his kids because he was like hard on them in the way that normal fathers are, like work hard, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then you come to find out that one of his kids is dead and the 3 other ones are hiding it from him.
What the
They're
fuck?
afraid to talk to him because it was just like easier to talk to their mom. One of them's a lesbian with a kid, and she just didn't tell her father about this. And the other one's split from her husband, and she's like, I don't want to tell you because like you'd be disappointed in me or whatever. And Amanda and I are watching this. I'm like, yo, dude, this is so bizarre. It's so sad. At one point, he gets mugged. It's like, what is
the
this
fuck?
movie?
Sounds
It's
like
so bizarre, dude.
It-
It's like, hey, Dad, we wanted you to be in a little bit better of a headspace, but David died. It's like, what? Oh, and I'm a lesbian and I have a kid.
Oh
For
my
real,
God.
is like how the movie kind of goes. It's so weird.
And it's called Everything's Fine.
Everybody's fine.
Everybody's fine.
Yeah, it's like,
Wow.
I'm so sorry I was rough on you as a kid, and then there's a flashback like you need to work hard, and that's like him being hard on you. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's just a regular
So
white
weird.
dad.
sounds like
Yeah,
the
just a
perfect
regular
Meet the
white
Fockers
dad.
follow up.
There was a third Meet the Fockers, wasn't there? Or Meet the Fockers was no. Or yeah, there was a Little Fockers, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Is it?
I've seen all 3 of them.
I love the first one. Meet the Parents is fucking unreal.
They're making a 4th Meet the Parents, and it's like, did we need a 4th one? We didn't
Yeah.
need the 2nd or the 3rd one. What do we need a 4th one for?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
But De Niro is great in that. And that brings us to 1995's Heat, JD.
Oh my God, you're the king of segues here.
I try to be. Summary of the movie. Master criminal oh my God, I can't even read. Neil McCauley, played by Robert De Niro, is trying to control the rogue actions of one of his men while also planning one last big heist before retiring. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Hannah, played by Al Pacino, attempts to track down McCauley as he deals with the chaos in his own life, including the infidelity of his wife and the mental health of his stepdaughter, played by Natalie Portman. Hot. McCauley and Hannah discover a mutual respect, even as they try to thwart each other's plans. Wow, dude. Holy fuck. Thwart?
Way to use the word thwart, by the way.
When's the last
Yeah, I
time
was
you
gonna
saw
say.
that word?
I don't know.
I didn't even know that was
I
a
shudder
word.
to think at the spelling of it.
It's TH wart.
Dude, honestly, I'm such a shitty speller. I don't know that I would have guessed that.
Oh, dude, that's the first time I've ever heard the word thwart.
It's a spot on
Is that how you say
description
it?
of the movie, I guess.
Yeah. This was written and directed by Michael Mann, and the film marks De Niro and Pacino's first on-screen appearance together following a period of acclaimed performances from both. It was promoted as their first showdown. They both starred in The Godfather Part 2, but they never shared the screen together as the split chronology prevented this. You know that, JD. You're a fucking film
do.
noir freak. This guy's
Indeed,
a
I
freak
do.
of
The
nature.
Godfather is not film noir, by the way, but I do know what you're talking about.
I just
Dude,
want to throw the word
guys,
noir
I'm
in.
such a fucking cunt. Radu, it's like, hey, you're gay. And it's like, oh, I know TMZ knows. No, dude, I'm gay. And then it's like, get your facts right about The Godfather Part 2. I'm so sorry, you guys. Please continue.
You know what I loved? I rewatched last week's episode, and it wasn't even a minute in before you're like, God, I'm gay. Like, oh, he's so fucking back.
Sorry.
No, I love it. You're an icon. People talk about
You're
it.
an icon.
People talk about it. The impact of this movie. It inspired dozens of action movies and sequences, including The Dark Knight and Den of Thieves, just to name a few. And even Grand Theft Auto 5 was inspired by this movie.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's a mission that's like identical to them. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That makes sense, though. It absolutely makes sense.
Where were you, JD, when you first watched this movie?
So I was, let's see. When I was about 12 or 13 years old, right? I was,
That would be
I
what,
don't know,
98, 99?
99. Yeah,
Yep,
98, 99. So
99.
around that time, I had pretty cool parents in the regard of like they didn't monitor what I watched. They didn't
Yeah.
really care. And I had started this thing where I was like, I'm going to watch all these movies that I'm constantly hearing referenced in popular culture as like really good movies, you know?
Hmm.
Goodfellas is when I saw the first time, Casino. And then I just like, I'm going to watch every Robert De Niro movie. So I was probably 12 or 13. And around the time, it's like, oh, that's a good movie. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
That's a really good
you
movie.
started to get a taste of what you were really
I
into.
started to understand what a well-made movie looked like, you know, because before it was like Blank Check is phenomenal.
It took
So,
me till like 17 to do that, so that just shows how much smarter you are than me.
so yeah, I mean, it was kind of, and like I lived down the street from a family video, so it was just, you know,
Yep.
weekends and summers. That's all I did. So yeah, I was probably 12 or 13, and I remember it was like, whoa, that was a really good movie.
Hmm. And like this is the perfect movie for a fucking 12 or 13-year-old, like,
Oh my god, dude. Yeah.
dude. Um yeah, I think I watched this, I was probably 19. Like I had always heard about it, like I had just never gotten around to it. It was always on TNT, but I'd always watch it at like I'd always catch it at like a bad time, so I'm like, well, I'm not going to, spoil it for myself. And then
Right.
finally it was on Netflix and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. And I fell
I
in love
feel
with
like
it.
19's a way better age to watch this movie.
Oh, dude, I was like, how have I never seen this? And then I watched it again the next day, and then I don't think I saw it again for probably another 5 years.
Yeah.
I had to introduce it to people, as you do, you know.
Yeah.
But
You know who introduced me to this movie? Like I said, I would watch shit and they would reference stuff.
yeah,
Travis Barker on an episode of Cribs held up a DVD of Heat and was like, "This is the best movie of all time." I was like, "All right, I got." If Travis Barker's telling me to do it, I'm obviously going to watch the movie. I
that
swear to God, by the way.
that's a beautiful poll. Fuck yeah, dude. MTV Cribs. That was
MTV Cribs.
those were a big deal back in the day. You know what's funny about those is like half of those weren't their crib. Like it was just they just made it up. Did you know that?
Yeah, very famously, uh, Master P's like, "I got gold toilets," and everyone's like, "Those aren't gold toilets." You're
Yeah.
like, you paid 200 grand for a toilet, you know, like, and they were also fucking idiots. Although Lil Wayne had a purple limousine Lamborghini PT Cruiser.
That is crazy. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
And he was
No,
like
no, no, not
15
Lamborghini.
probably.
Lamborghini, I'm just joking, but it was a PT Cruiser limo, and it
Yeah.
was purple.
We should rank some Cribs episodes one of these days.
Rank crib episodes.
Top
I'd have
10
to go
cribs.
back and watch them. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go back and go with the top 10 Cribs.
Did you?
Everyone else is playing for second after Redman's Cribs appearance.
Yeah. Yep. And
He's like living kind of in a shithole.
I'd
Yeah,
give you.
just come in.
And then 3-6 Mafia one. That one was great too.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Juicy
that was
J.
a good one.
Uh,
Yeah.
Okay. Rotten Tomatoes. This one blew my gourd back. 83 on Rotten Tomatoes. Audience score 94. Obviously, the audience score nailed it. Rotten Tomatoes. What the fuck are you doing? Once again.
I don't know, dude. That is bizarre to me.
Yeah. Some lores and legends. Obviously, it being the first De Niro and Pacino collab makes it. I think sets it apart from a lot of the '90s De Niro roles. Both Al Pacino and Robert De Niro prepared extensively. They spent time with real detectives and criminals to understand their characters in depth. And the diner scene. We all know about the diner scene, folks. The diner scene with Pacino and De Niro was shot with minimal rehearsals to maintain the spontaneity and intensity of their interaction. Mann used multiple cameras to capture the scene from different angles, focusing on close-ups to highlight the tension and subtleties of each character. The tension, you definitely feel. The first time I watched this, I was like, "Oh fuck, what is gonna happen
Oh yeah,
with them at the table?"
dude. It probably took me 3 watches to realize this is a friendly conversation.
Yeah,
Because I mean, obviously I'm stupid, but I was like, oh, they're talking about like normal life kind of friendly type shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're like
I
trying to
gotcha.
get out. They're like talking about what life would be like if they got out. You know.
Right.
Damn, I agree with that. I definitely I think I was so like, what the fuck is gonna happen that I don't. The first time I watched this, I don't even remember what they said. Like you said,
No,
like
I was just like, oh, this is awesome.
yeah, like oh damn, one of these guys is gonna pull a gun. And the way Pacino's character is, you're like, this dude's a fucking hothead.
Yeah.
This movie inspired multiple movies. It also inspired crimes and robberies. A French gangster told Michael Mann at a film festival that he was his technical advisor for one of his robberies. And the media described later
Dude,
robbery.
people are fucking. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I'll
the
bet
media,
Michael Mann loved hearing that. You fucking idiot.
oh yeah, dude. Like, I'm sure he
It's
got
like,
off
you know,
on
I
that.
make movies, right?
Yeah, it's a movie, and obviously, I'm sure you knew I was going to bring this one up. The 1997 North Hollywood shootout.
Yes.
Yep,
Big one.
yep. Also known as the Battle of North Hollywood. It was a confrontation between two heavily armed bank robbers, Larry Phillips Jr. and Emile, some fucking French name, I can't pronounce that. Matasana Renua. Police. It was a battle between them and police officers in North Hollywood, and it was February 1997. They robbed a Bank of America. Both robbers were killed. 12 police officers and 8 civilians were injured, and numerous vehicles and other properties were damaged by the nearly 2,000 rounds of ammunition fired by robbers and police.
There is a great podcast from Infamous America that details that whole saga. I highly recommend people checking
Fuck
out
yeah.
if they're interested in that kind of stuff.
Say that again. What was it?
Infamous America.
Okay.
They got great there's a whole season on the Lufthansa heist from Goodfellas. There's a whole season on the Miami drug cartel wars. Charles Starkweather, the original natural born killers, or I guess after Bonnie and Clyde. It's all these famous crime stories, and there's one on the North Hollywood shootout. I highly recommend people check that out.
Hell yeah. Similar to the film, they were confronted by the LAPD as soon as they left the bank, and a copy of Heat was found in the VCR at Phillips. This is when I believe this or not, was found at Phillips' residence.
Dude, I do believe that because people are fucking retards. It would be like, well, Heat did it.
Yeah.
It's like, did you miss? It's now, as a young man, when I was a little kid, I'm like, yo, I could take scores.
Yeah,
we've all
thought of robbing a bank, and
of course,
we're all like, we could get away with it.
You watch the romantic version of Ocean's 11, and you're like, I could rob the fucking Bellagio on fight night, of course.
Yeah.
But it's the same as it's like I watch Goodfellas and I want to join the mob. It's like, did you miss the fucking point of the movie?
Yeah.
This isn't cool.
Yeah.
This doesn't end well for
This
you.
never ends well, ever.
No, never.
Yeah.
I found a copy of Heat. It's like, well, this is a technically sound movie. It's like, how the fuck would you know that?
Technically sound. Yeah, that I read that. I was like, I wonder if that's actually true, but I'm sure it is.
Sure it is.
Yeah. This shootout was one of the longest and bloodiest events in its type in American police history. And obviously the news coverage referenced Heat throughout the coverage of the shootout. Because, that's what the media does.
Michael Mann was like, fuck.
Yeah, they like to blame Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Seems like in this scenario, it's kind of merited, though.
Yeah, I mean, they have a reason.
Yeah.
The robbers had robbed at least 2 other banks previously using similar methods involving their automatic rifles to get past security doors, taking control of the entire bank, and firing weapons illegally obtained and modified. They were also suspects in 2 armored car robberies. The robbers wore homemade body armor, which successfully protected them from handgun rounds and shotgun pellets. So that's why the shootout.
I mean, you got to give it up to them. I mean, most fucking idiots that make shit like that are the first ones to die. But yeah. I mean, if it protected them, good for you. Obviously, you knew what you were doing,
Yeah. And yeah, that shootout and this movie are synonymous for one
Yo,
another.
could you imagine the conversation? It's like, all right, dude, so obviously our life is Heat. It's like, no doubt. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
you're De Niro and I'm Pacino, obviously.
Like,
It's like, oh,
obviously.
I'm more Pacino. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
they
oh
fought
my
over it.
God,
Like,
dude.
dude, wait, I want to be
I guarantee,
Waingro.
I guarantee you they fought over who was De Niro and who was Pacino. I'd bet my life on it.
If we were back home, we could make a sketch out of this for sure. God damn it. Like, dude,
Yeah.
no, I'm Waingro.
I'm obviously Waingro, like polishing their bullets and shit. How you do in those movies, you know?
Is this movie reboot proof? I would say yes, but they're making a prequel.
I mean, I feel like Den of Thieves is a reboot of Heat. I'm not saying it's done as well, but I mean, all of these movies are. The Town has a scene of them watching Heat in it.
Yep.
You know, so it's
Radu wants you to know that he's seen The Town.
really, you should. I'm all joking aside. If you like The Town, you really should watch this movie.
Yeah. No, for real.
It's like The Town, but better.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it is better than The Town.
It's not much better than The Town, but it's a
No,
little
The
better
Town.
than
I
The
love
Town.
The Town, but
Oh yeah, The Town's great, but Heat is better.
But yeah, you can't have one without the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Are you pumped for the prequel?
Do you know who's playing the Val Kilmer role in the prequel?
It's fucking Austin Butler, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I started reading the book and I stopped because I don't necessarily want to know. I want to be surprised, and I'd rather watch the movie because I am a big Michael Mann head. But the prequel takes place in Chicago, and it splits in timelines to Chris Shaharless on the run after this thing. So it's like, I don't know that I need any of that, dude. Obviously I'll see it. I just don't know that I need any of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think
Because
I don't think this movie needed a sequel, and especially it being
No.
30 years later.
right. And yeah, it's about how Vincent Hanna follows Macaulay to LA. I could be wrong. I don't know for sure, but I that's the general like idea I think of the movie, and it's just I don't need that, dude.
Yeah, the magic of it was the De Niro and Pacino showdown, and
Do you know who's playing De Niro?
No. Oh shit, was it No, tell me. I did read it, but now I forgot. Adam Brody.
Adam Driver.
Or Adam Driver.
Adam
Fuck.
Brody?
Adam
I
Brody.
hope. God, I wish.
That
Seth
hunk.
Cohen?
Yeah. Yeah, Adam Driver. Fuck. I do like Adam Driver, actually.
I do too. He's got one more miss and his career is over.
Yeah. The dinosaur movie, and then the what else is he? The Gucci. Just all
Yeah,
flops.
that was a big bomb, and he was just in Megalopolis, and that was supposed to be the resurgence of everyone, and everyone involved in that movie was supposed to be like restart their career, and man, was it hated, and nobody watched it.
Yeah, and I never will.
Nope.
Okay, we are gonna get to likes now. Do you want to go first?
Whatever you want, dude.
Okay, you go first.
Okay. My first. Oh, yeah, there we go. De Niro's 95 is pretty incredible. This and Casino, literally a month apart from each other. That's awesome.
That is insane. Damn.
That's nuts.
I for some reason, Casino I always think it was 96, and I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a moron.
Don't beat yourself up like this.
Don't beat yourself up. I think this
95, 96, you don't know the difference. What were you, a year and a half years old at the time?
I was
It's fine.
I was 2. I was kicking it. I hadn't had my conscience yet. This movie has 2 of my favorite movie quotes, though.
Okay.
I'm alone, but I am not lonely.
All right. That's not where I thought you were going with that. No joke.
Yeah, and then allow nothing in your life you can't walk out in 30 seconds.
Yeah. You're like a Chinese nesting doll. There's so many layers to you. I don't even know who I'm getting today. I love it.
Did you watch that Pete Davidson show, Bupkis?
I watched the episode with Shane Gillis in it.
Yeah, there was an episode where John Mulaney just absolutely rips off that speech. he's describing stand up and he says the same thing. Like, you can't allow anything into your life that you wouldn't walk out on for 30 seconds for stand up comedy. Like, bro, you just ripped off Heat.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Dude, now that you say that, I vaguely remember like
It's like his
John
coming
Mulaney explaining that joke. Like, yeah, dude, I'm ripping off Heat. I'm comparing, or whatever.
He makes fun of himself for it because it's like a serious moment in the series.
Yeah, I think that was the point, is to pretend that it was like so serious, and people were like, all he's doing is ripping off Heat. And he's like, yeah, dude, that's the joke.
Okay, damn, I might have missed the joke part.
But version of John Mulaney that would pretend that stand-up is as serious as Heat, I believe, is the joke.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I missed.
He also plays a dickhead in the show Crashing, and it's really funny because he's apparently the nicest guy ever.
I have seen that episode.
He like calls Pete Holmes' dad an idiot.
He's like, Pete, how much time you got? He's like, I don't know, 30. He's like, you'll do 10.
Yeah.
Because we've all had that conversation. Someone's like, oh, I got 45. Yeah, dude, give me 10 minutes.
Yeah, dude, give me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what? You might as well chisel it down to 8 while I got you here.
Yeah, we know where that's leading. Give me another like.
Oh, okay. Tom Sizemore fucking rules in this movie.
Yeah.
I just wrote Tom Sizemore. This is like at the time where he's like in and out of rehab. He famously was in Saving Private Ryan, and Steven Spielberg was like, I'm going to drug test you every single day. If on your last day of filming you fail, I'm reshooting the entire movie. And he was dating Heidi Fleiss, a notorious madam at the time. Tom Sizemore, R.I.P. to the fucking GOAT, dude.
Yeah, dude.
What a legend that guy is.
He's like the real life fucking Tony Soprano to me, I think.
Yeah, it's almost like, you could have played that role really well. Seymour Scagnetti, great.
Yep. Yeah, dude, he rules.
I love Tom Sizemore.
Right off of, I know you hate Natural Born Killers, but he's awesome in that.
No. I think he's one of the better parts of that. Like the Scagnetti, that's his name?
Yeah, that's
movie,
his name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he's one of the better parts in that movie. And I don't hate that movie. I just think it's overrated.
Okay.
I hate you for thinking I hate it.
I hate myself.
That's what I hate.
I fucking hate myself for saying that. Waingro looks like Mike Steele.
Yes, he does. It's shocking how much they look alike.
Oh, that character rules, dude.
You want to know a little fun fact, or are you getting to this fun fact later?
I want you to tell me it.
Okay. The guy that played Waingro, after this movie, went to prison, and the guards and inmates referred to him as Waingro.
Yep, Kevin
And
Gage.
Nobody fucked with him because of this movie.
Yep, he fucking legend, dude.
That's awesome.
And it's crazy.
What was he in prison for? Do you know?
No, I should have looked that up. God damn it.
Oh, I didn't look either.
We have Jamie. Look that up, will you? Waingro. Just look up Waingro.
I'm such an idiot, dude. I'm like, oh, do you get another guy there? That's cool.
Yeah, that was a gay. That was a fucking reference to Joe Rogan. Anyway, I'm gay. Kevin Gage. What did he go to jail for? Yeah, dude, that was the first fun fact I had.
I'm sorry.
No, perfect. For cultivating marijuana despite owning a Colorado issued license California. Wow.
Damn,
dude.
that's crazy that they locked him up for 2 years at that time for that.
For weed?
Nuts. Crazy.
That is, I figured it was for actually stalking a chick or something. Yeah, dude, he kind of looks like Lane Johnson too now.
Weed. Crazy.
That is nuts. One of my likes also. Oh no, you go now. Hello?
Huh?
I said you go now. For likes. Are you there? JD?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know what happened.
Another like for you.
If you watch the very first episode that you did, The Dark Knight, it's like watching Heat with superheroes, and there are several shots taken directly from the movie Heat. You mentioned that earlier.
Yep.
And he's on top of a couple of buildings. The way it's like tactile and on the ground, it's very influenced by Heat. I think, you don't get The Dark Knight if you don't have Heat, so I just think that's cool.
I agree. Ted Levine, I think his character is he was originally offered the role of Waingro, but he turned it down because he felt he was being typecast.
You think so? Like, you don't want to be another serial killer, do you? That like kills like young women.
It's funny
Is she
though.
a great big fat person?
He's always a cop after this, if you notice. Like,
American Gangster. He's a cop. Yep, he's a cop in what
The
else?
Fast
Is he
and
a cop
Furious?
in? Oh my god, dude! Of course.
um,
How could I forget?
and he's the warden in Shutter Island too. If I know you haven't seen that movie, but
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
It's on my list though. Doesn't he finally tell Brian O'Connor, the stupidest cop of all time, that it's Dominic Toretto, the one like?
I
Isn't he
think
the
so.
one that finally tells him that in Fast and the Furious?
I think so. Yeah, dude. I haven't watched the first one in so fucking long, but yeah, that does sound right. You go.
Uh, when he tells Justine that he's got 3 dead bodies on a sidewalk off Venice Boulevard, the contempt he has for his chick in that moment, it's not a good thing. It's just really funny to me
Yeah.
that like, hey, your dinner, like we waited for you, like, do you think maybe you can call? And he goes, I got 3 dead bodies on a sidewalk off Venice Boulevard, Justine. It's like, or you could say, hey, I got wrapped up at work. Why are you being so, okay, man, sorry. We just missed you at dinner. That's all she's trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
I just thought that was really funny.
That dynamic is crazy.
It's nuts.
This one was for you. I love the LA landscape.
I'll go with you on that. It's what LA really looks like. When you see it in movies, it's very, in Entourage or in documentaries, it's very shiny and like glossy and that type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and half the time it's Atlanta.
Clueless is another. Yeah, Clueless is another really good example. Or Den of Thieves is a good example of this. The way LA shot, very gritty and grimy and nothing remarkable right in front of you. That's what it really looks like.
Yeah.
It's not, or at least where I was and spent most of my time. When you go down walking down Hollywood Boulevard, it's not like super glitzy and glamour. It's dirty and there's homeless people everywhere. And it's like, oh, this is, you see stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame with like fucking jizz all over them and shit.
Yeah.
It's just, it's if you want to see what it looks like, this is what LA really looks like. So that's kind of cool.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I figured that obviously you live there, so you know firsthand what LA landscape looks like. I only have one more. Do you have any more?
I got a couple.
Yep, hit me.
Okay. Neil's discipline is kind of cool.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think the way that he is measured and his response to things is kind of interesting, or at the very least interesting. I don't know if it's a good thing. The action is the juice.
Mm-hmm.
Always love that.
Yep.
I think it's really underrated when Hannah realizes that Vincent's crew, or when Hannah realizes that Neil's crew knows about them, is pretty cool. He's like, fuck. He's like, they're on to us.
Oh, when
it's not a big part or a showy thing in anyone else's hands. That gets bled out, but in Man's, it's very quickly like, fuck, they know.
Yeah. And it's just like a little sound, too. It's just that guy falling in the truck and fucking De Niro's. Yep. Yeah, that is a dope scene.
The chase song, when he's like getting ready, when he's getting off the helicopter and that song is playing, is really cool. And onto a dislike, finding out that Moby wrote that song.
Yeah, dude, I hate that. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's a Moby song.
Oh.
It's like, oh, what?
Nobody listens to techno.
Let me see. This goes with, I got 3 more.
Yep.
This is 2 of them. The unofficial Robert De Niro and Al Pacino trilogy is the third movie, The Irishman.
Mhm.
And if you like Heat, obviously, and you want to watch a really good bank robbery movie, watch Dog Day Afternoon, which is one of Pacino's very first movies. It's really, really good, and I just rewatched it. It's funny, but I
What?
highly recommend checking that movie out
It's
too.
one of his first movies.
It is his like fourth movie.
Oh damn.
Yeah, fourth or fifth. It's really good.
Dog.
Um, yeah, and I only have two more.
Yep, you're good. I
I'm
just have the
guessing.
diner scene, but we talked about that already. So
I guess I have three. Yeah,
yeah.
diner scene, the shootout scene, and I like when Michael Cerrito takes the kid when he's running away in the gunfight. He's like, "Come here," and just picks up. That's smart. Good for you.
Tom Sawyer. Yeah. Yep. And he still gets blasted.
I don't think it's a good thing. I just think it's a smart thing that he
No,
did.
I agree. That's hilarious.
It's a big like of mine, but it's
Oh,
just like, man, you gotta get away. It's also like, whoa,
yeah. What is a fucking kid doing there too? And that scene always is like, why? I get it, but
dude. So I never went to downtown LA. Well, I went on a train, but I never like walked around where
Mhm.
this is being filmed. Is there a fucking grocery store right? I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah. And if there is, I'm sure it's gone now. But
Oh, I'm sure it is.
yeah. Damn, dude, you should have went down there and walked around.
I've been told it's not great.
Really? Oh yeah, I'm
It
sure.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not like scary in a way, but it's just you're walking around downtown LA. It's like uh, very homelessy, like Skid Row and shit's down there. So I
Yeah.
just never had any desire to go down there. I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Fucking LA turned into a
Like
goddamn
I'm so scared.
hellhole. You're so strong though. You should just brought a gun. You should just brought a gun down there.
Yeah, dude, just get a gun.
Yeah. All right, dislikes. Let's do them.
All right.
My first one is Al Pacino's sex scene to open the movie.
Yeah, that's tough, dude.
Dude.
He's French kissing this woman in such a way that's like, bro,
It's like
were
forcing
you?
his tongue down her throat. It's like, oh
It's
my god.
so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one.
It's what women liked back then.
Shut the fuck up.
What
What did
women
he say?
wanted. They've done the research.
Oh
Wait,
my
say it again. I didn't hear you.
And it's what women wanted back then. That was for
Oh,
women.
French kissing, dude. It's still what women want. Every chick I make out with, I'm Al Pacino all like. I
Immediately
make
tongue
them
down
take
the
that.
throat.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and they've all been like, it was super great. Thank you for that.
That's suddenly my one like. That's my one like for the film.
You horny fuck.
Oh my god, dude! Now you gotta watch this movie because if I had to guess, if I'm venturing a guess, this might be how Radu makes out, and I want to see it.
Yeah, dude, he makes love.
I'll bet he does.
Hit me with a dislike.
Dude, so at the beginning of the movie, the beginning heist, they kill three officers of the law, effectively. They're not cops, but they're security guards. They're sworn in, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Each one of those guys gets $600,000. Yo, is it worth it for 600 grand? I'm not like sneezing at 600 grand, but Al Pacino says it, and that's one of my likes too. Basically, every line in this movie, he's like, once it popped into a murder one beef for all of them, they popped guard number 3. Yo,
Yeah.
you're all gonna go away on a triple life sentence for 600 grand.
That is crazy. Like
That's
you're
nuts,
still gonna
dude.
have to make more money, probably.
You're gonna have to make more money. And going with that, I'll just say Val Kilmer is an accomplice to 3 murders.
It was 600.
Murder in the first degree, right? At the time, dude, like people in California, maybe not in 95, but you could still get the death penalty. Tookie Williams got put to death in early 2005. It's
Hell
not
yeah.
like death penalties off the table. And Val Kilmer gets 600 grand. And when he goes home, Ashley Judd's like, where's the money? And he's like, only got 8 grand left. I'm square with the bookies though. And she's like, this isn't worth it. It's like, yeah, dude, it's not worth it. What
Yeah.
what are you doing? That's nuts. I
That
never knew that before this time I was watching. I was like, that's all he walked away with was $8,000.
Yeah, he Radu looked it up. It's 1.2 million for like
Yeah,
today's money.
that Barabon is what they get the
Yeah.
Barabon for. Yeah, and $600,000 for each one of them, and they're gonna pay Wayne Groff. It's like, yo, just keep his half, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, that is crazy.
I just thought that was bizarre, even for 95 money. That's like, okay.
Yeah. I hate what happened to Val Kilmer in his real life. It's pretty depressing.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
His 95 was pretty cool. He did Batman in this movie.
Yep, Batman Forever, and then yeah, dude, they caught him red hot.
Do you think that he got throat cancer the same way Michael Douglas claims that he got throat cancer, was just eating a ton of pussy?
I would like to think so.
Yeah, he's Val Kilmer, dude.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Val Kilmer's eating a box in his day or two.
Oh, absolutely. He was fucking Batman, dude.
He was Batman. He was the Iceman in Top Gun.
Yeah.
He's gone down on chicks.
Absolutely. I would like to think that. Throat cancer freaks me out.
Throat cancer is tough, but you know, if you're doing it for the right reasons, it's pretty great.
JD has
just on top of
so many boxes in his day, it's insane.
And every one of them's like, it's fine. You don't have to do that, because I think I was so bad at it, you know.
Oh, that's amazing. What's another dislike for you?
Dude, Pacino's acting is so bad in like 3 scenes. It's
over the top.
To even bring it up, it's so bad.
Yep.
And man, he really, and I don't know why he made that. Well, I do know why, but dude, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It
was
a great ass thing.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And yeah, man, God, it's so bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not to plug another fucking movie podcast, but they have a overacting award on the rewatchables for him.
There's a whole category on it.
Yeah.
And dude, I don't know. I don't know how often or if you have seen early Al Pacino movies. Dog Day Afternoon, Panic at Needle Park, both Godfathers, Serpico, all of those movies. He sounds like this, and my name is Al Pacino. And he never screams.
Yeah.
And for some reason, in the 80s, he just started screaming and overacting, and I don't get. Michael Corleone in The Godfather Part 2 is in the top 3 greatest performances of all time. And then 20 years later, he's like, "Give me all you got."
Yeah, dude. It was Son of a Woman, too, where he like fucking, yeah.
Oh, my God. Hoo-ah. Yeah, the whole time. Yeah.
I hate Pacino's wife blames grass and Prozac for being a whore.
Ooh, interesting.
Don't blame weed on your fucking pussy problems, bitch.
All right. Okay, hold on. Is she right, though?
Oh, I mean, she's definitely in the right.
Okay, all right.
But I just don't like that she blames weed and Prozac for it. Like, that's not why.
It's also like, lady, who talks like that? She's like, I get the remains. You follow the remains of dead people, or whatever the fuck she says. It's like, all right, lady, relax. Okay, we get it. But it's also, when he's being so dramatic, he's like, all these people that die keeps me sharp and on the edge. It's like, or you could just go to therapy, man. You don't have to do this job anymore.
Yeah.
What benefit is this job for you right now?
Yeah, like you could probably retire. You're losing your family.
you're on, quote, the downward slope of a marriage, which is a classic way that, like, my wife's cheating on me.
Yeah. Do you have any more dislikes?
Yeah, I got a few.
Yep, I have one more. Hit me with it.
Now, Neil McCauley being super into Chris Shaharless's relationship is just a weird thing in the movie that makes no sense to me. Why does he give a fuck about what she's doing?
Yeah.
I get it, because, dude, if I'm sure that you have had in your life an ex-girlfriend's friend or a friend's wife say something shitty like to you, and it's like, yo, dude, mind your fucking business. If Robert De Niro comes to me, Ashley Judd, and it's like, you need to like make it work with him, it's like, hey man, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like this.
How about I make that go work with him?
Yeah.
Also, shout out to my old roommate who banged Ashley Judd's niece.
That is badass.
Yeah, like met the family kind of stuff too. Shout out to him. You know who you are. I don't want to say his name,
Damn.
although he wouldn't care. I'm not gonna say his name.
Shout out to him.
Anyone that knows me knows who I'm talking about, so it's okay.
That's legendary. I hate. Well, now that you brought her up, I hate her accent. I hate Amy Brennaham's terrible accent that just disappears halfway through the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, what accent
She's like,
are you
I'm
doing?
from Appalachia, and we're going to New Zealand to start a new life. And it's like, what, dude? Okay, Moxon, relax.
And then legit 3 scenes after that, there's no accent.
No, there's not at all.
It's really bad. But she's really hot in this movie and in Fear, so.
Oh, I forgot about Fear. That's
Yeah,
very
dude.
true. The dad in Fear was offered which role in this movie?
Ooh, I'm going to go with fucking Pacino's role.
I believe he was allegedly offered Val Kilmer's role, but
Fuck that. That's terrible.
Michael Mann has kind of gone, or I'm sorry, John Voight's role, I think.
Okay,
But Michael Mann has kind of gone on record and been like, no, dude, everyone in this, like Keanu Reeves is a rumor that he was going to play Val Kilmer. And Michael Mann's like said several times, like, that's not true. I only wrote it for Val Kilmer in mind.
That's
But
sick,
whether or not that's true, I have no idea.
Val Kilmer kills us.
Fuck yeah, he does. One of my dislikes, his hair is tough.
Yeah, that wig.
Yeah. I got a couple. Natalie Portman in this movie, just in general. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. I don't need the suicide thing.
No.
She picked you. I don't know what that means. Like, she wanted me to find her dead body. Great. Thank you for that, Natalie Portman.
Easily
I also
the weakest
just
part
watched
of the movie.
Leon the Professional. Yeah, exactly. Leon the Professional for the first time. That movie is fucked up if you have ever seen it.
Mm-hmm.
It's ranked up there as some of the best. It was one of the better movies of all time. It's not very good.
No, and it's just
the
like,
entire time she's trying to fuck a grown man who's like, I think, retarded.
yeah.
It's like, what is this movie? I did not enjoy that. That's a little Leon the Professional tangent that I just went on there. Sorry, folks.
No, they needed to hear it. It needed to
But
be
no,
said.
I don't. I just on this rewatch, it's like, dude, this character serves no purpose to this story at all.
Yeah, dude.
The urban legend about the diner scene
Ooh.
was annoying for like 15 years about how Pacino and De Niro didn't act in the scene together, and they very clearly did. And
Yeah.
it was a huge rumor for a while, and I don't know why. That was
remember.
fucking stupid.
I do remember reading that. Yeah, that is crazy.
How many dislikes do you have left?
I'm done. I'm out of them.
Okay. Tough guy chefs / kitchen employees. Knock it off. You cook for a living.
How many line cooks do you think you could fight?
What's up?
How many line cooks do you think you could fight?
How many line kicks do I know?
Do you think you could fight?
Oh my god, dude! All of them.
No shot.
Yeah, dude. You know why? Because you bake for a living. You do shit girls do for a living. Just because you got a sleeve tattoo doesn't mean you're a tough guy all of a sudden. By the way, Rad, dude, neither am I. I'm just saying. Tough guy kitchen chefs bother me. You're going to tell me if Gordon Ramsay was screaming in your face, you wouldn't fucking clock him?
Would you?
Get out of my face. He didn't see the movie. God damn it, Radu. Watch the movie and you're going to want to hit this guy too.
Yeah. He's doing physical therapy on his shoulder. He can't do anything. Yeah.
The sequel, the unofficial sequel to this movie, Righteous Kill, is one of the stupidest, worst movies I have ever seen.
Is it 50 Cent in that?
Yeah, and Rob Dyrdek is a skateboarding pimp in it.
Yeah.
So that's the quality of movie that
that
movie was so hyped up.
You perked up Radu's ears when you said Rob Dyrdek. I don't know why.
Dude, Radu, I'm not kidding. He's a skateboarding pimp, and he busts an ollie before he pimp smacks a prostitute and puts her back in, and is also kind of like a wigger for some reason.
Oh yeah,
watch it. Watch that movie, which I'm sure that you will now that Rob Dyrdek's been brought up, because obviously who wouldn't, you know?
Yeah, he will. He's going to.
But dude, this is at the height of Fantasy Factory Robin Big, and they really just shoehorned Rob Dyrdek into a movie. And I'm not kidding. He is a pimp, but he is like a skateboarding pimp. I swear to God.
I
It's
watched
a
that movie
very
on
bad
Stars
movie.
one time and was like, yeah, I'm never watching this again.
It's so tough.
That was a Stars rerun that was always on.
Yeah, it was. And then it moved to like TNT, and it was just always on after a basketball game at like 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yep.
I have two more,
Yep.
and then I have some questions. So sorry.
Oh, fuck yeah.
There's a dislike I have. There's zero chance that they would get away with this. There is zero chance Robert De Niro and Val Kilmer get out of there. Zero chance.
I agree.
And my biggest like is, why does he go back for Waingro?
Yeah, it just like, bro, let it go. Like,
Let it go.
yeah.
Dude, if you got away, which you wouldn't, but if you got away, what you killed, what? 7 cops? 8
Yeah.
cops?
Oh, dude, more than that, especially in that second shootout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In
Yeah.
the shootout, when they get away, it's like, hey, Buffalo Bill dies, another guy dies, and you see, I think, 2 more cops eat it.
Yep.
Bro, the National Guard would be called in. You remember what
that's
happened in Boston when that bomb went off, dude? People would be going door to door. There's zero, I mean, maybe not in 95, obviously, but there's zero chance you would get away with this. So why go back to kill Waingro? This guy is a obvious prisoner who's like an Aryan Brotherhood serial killer. His semen's going to get tested. He isn't going to the cops.
Yeah, he's...
Who gives a fuck? Let it go. And when Tom Sizemore takes the kid and Al Pacino has the shot and takes it, Tom Sizemore is a monster for taking that kid.
Yeah.
Every time I watch this movie, I'm like, Al Pacino's worse for doing what he did.
Yeah, dude, he fucking... Yeah.
Dude, that it's so shocking that he just like...
The margin for error there is... It's unreal.
You have shot on an iron sight gun before. You know how police guns work. They're constantly fired. Dude, it was this thing back in the day where every hero was like, I never miss. You might miss.
Yeah.
You're in front of him. What's he going to do? He can't go anywhere.
I would argue it'd be a better movie if he shot the kid, but that's just me.
Dude, the kid just catches a hot one to the back of the head. Like,
just brain matter all over Tom Sizemore, and he just gets away.
Yeah, that's so funny.
That would be a better movie.
But no, that was the last dislike I had. It's
I
Tom
agree,
Sizemore.
dude. Every time he does it,
you're
I'm
an
like,
animal.
you are a monster, dude.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Do you understand the fucking lawsuit that would happen to the city of Los Angeles if that kid's parents were like, "You did what?"
But also, where are the kid's parents? Like, why is this kid alone?
Yeah, that's very true. Why is that kid alone? That's also bananas to me. That's a very good point.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to some fun facts before you hit me with some questions. Is that okay?
Please.
Rather than dubbing in the gunshots during the bank robbery shootout, Michael Mann had microphones carefully placed around the set so that the audio would be captured live.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
This one...
sound in this movie is great.
Oh, dude, it's great, especially if you play like a surround sound or something. It's like, holy fuck, dude. I'm sure you've heard this. Val Kilmer was thrilled to learn that the moment in the gun battle scene where he runs out of bullets and rapidly changes his magazine is regularly shown in Marine recruits.
Is that true?
It's, I guess.
Whoa.
This is internet IMDb, so who knows?
Oh, actually. Sure, yeah. God damn, dude, that's crazy. If true, that's crazy.
If true, that is nuts.
Yeah.
And Val Kilmer also only accepted this role because of De Niro and Pacino while he was simultaneously filming Batman.
You know what's bizarre when you hear those types of things? It's like, I only accepted the role because of De Niro and Pacino. It's like, dude, this is Michael Mann. He made Heat.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm sorry. Thief.
Yeah, no,
It's one of the better movies of the '80s.
And like, bro, I'm sure you got paid Like you
Yeah,
also
what
got
the
paid.
fuck? He did Mindhunter. He did Thief. He did what's the last of the Mohicans before or after this? Either way, I guess it doesn't matter. But it's like, oh, I only did it because Robert De Niro and Al Pacino are in it. It's like, or it's a cool movie.
Yeah.
You're in the second worst Batman there is. What are you talking about?
Oh, dude, you don't like
You
Forever?
in Willow? I love Willow, but is it better than Batman? Batman Returns? No, it's the second worst Batman. I
Yeah,
love Batman Returns. I'm just saying, like in the canon of Batman movies, it's like one of the worst. It's considered, I guess, one of the worst ones. Is it not?
for sure. No, it has to be now.
Yeah,
After the Nolan trilogy.
yeah.
Um, let's see. Michael Mann made the movie as a tribute to his detective friend in Chicago, who was obsessively tracking and killing a thief. So I guess that maybe the sequel or whatever is kind of also inspired by that.
Yeah, from the very little of the book I read, it is a cop tracking a thief in Chicago. I only read like the first, I think, like 2 or 3 chapters, but yeah, it will be very much Chicago and
Yep.
um,
Well, you brought up the Dark Knight earlier. William Fichtner, who is fuck, I should have his character.
Van Zandt.
Yeah, Van Zant. Roger Van Zant. He appeared in both sequences. He's at the beginning of the Dark Knight. I feel like that's a continuation of his character. I like to think that.
I feel it's got to be. You're only in this because of Heat.
Oh, it's definitely a nod.
That has to be, yeah.
Yeah. And this was cool. This is the last one I have. The current residents of the apartment where Danny Trejo's death scene was filmed got curious after seeing the film, and they pulled up the carpet in the room. To their surprise, they saw the residue of the theatrical blood still remained.
Really?
Yeah. How fucked up
Wow.
is that?
I'd be like, hey guys.
Yeah, do a little better scrubbing.
Or these people are like, I'll bet we could make money doing this, and just claim that, and then put some red fucking food coloring on the floor. It's like, see, there's the blood right there.
I kind of probably would believe that more.
I would believe that more, I think, than
Yeah. That house is
film
crazy. I wonder if do you think you've seen that house in person? It's like on stilts. I mean, I'm
no
sure.
way. No way. I think that was down by the beach. I don't know. I have no idea where that house is. It's got to be on. Yeah, it's got to be over by the beach, I would think. I don't know, but yeah, no, I would have never been close to that. I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, I have no idea how. I mean, I know LA's massive, so.
I believe it still is there.
Yeah, it didn't get burnt down in the Palisades fire.
Ooh, maybe not. R.I.P.
Ooh. Okay. Is this a cult classic? Neither or both. Obviously, hands down, it's a classic. There's no questioning that.
It's a classic, but it might also be a cult classic because I don't know that this was a hit.
Ooh, really?
I don't know.
Ooh, that's a lot of these. Seven, I had that too, but I feel like Seven has passed the cult thing. Seven.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point. I mean, also too, Casino, not a hit. I mean, it did well. It made its money back, but like not a hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the
95.
time, didn't they?
So I don't think this would. Yeah.
They're just like, oh, we're doing this again.
Yeah, probably.
Like you said earlier, there would be no Dark Knight without this movie, and I think that alone makes it a classic.
Yeah, I agree.
But no matter.
I mean, if they're showing Marines Val Kilmer's like tactical skills, I mean, it's got to be a classic.
Yeah. No matter how down on my luck, I will never apply to be a bank delivery driver. Like a guy who delivers armed money anywhere. It seems like they have a bad time.
They have a bad track record of getting killed.
Yeah, in any movie in any city, I will never apply to be a bank driver. I'm sure they make great money though, probably, right?
Buddy, I don't think they do.
No? Yeah, then it's
I think it's comparable to like being a prison guard. You make okay money.
Okay.
But not, I mean, nothing you're going to like, you're not like going to be a millionaire or anything. You do okay, I think, but nothing crazy.
We're going to have Jamie look this up. So the juice is not always loose. The juice is not worth the squeeze, if you will, on that one. The action is the juice.
Oh my God.
I've butchered that. Okay, you have a question for me. I have a question for you.
Okay. Well, you want me to go first? Because I got like
you
four.
Go first, because I'd only have one.
I think our question's going to be the same. You want to bet?
Okay, you go.
The bank they rob at the end of this movie is in another famous movie. What movie is it?
Oh fuck, I don't know. You son of a bitch.
Really?
No.
You have no idea?
That bank. That what is that from? Fuck.
It is the scene that Meatloaf chases the delivery guys around in Fight Club.
Yep.
Yep.
You son of a
I would
bitch.
have thought that was going to be our same one. Okay.
I want to know how Wangro gets away in the beginning.
It's a very good question.
Yeah. That's my only question.
I'll kind of go with I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'll kind of go there with you too. What did they think was going to happen when, one, he got away, and two, when they finally got at the end of the movie? We just kind of went over this. What did you think was going to happen after this?
Yeah.
You and Edie were going to go to New Zealand. You guys were all in prison. Your pictures. This is at the time when, ABC News was watched by every fucking household. There's
they would do
zero chance.
The top 10, the America's Most Wanted, that was a huge show back then.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. There's no fucking way. What did you think was going to happen? You were going to get to, what's the closest place to go? Vegas or maybe Phoenix and fly to New Zealand? What did you think was going to happen? That's crazy.
I agree.
When Neil goes into at the beginning of the movie and he's in the hospital and he steals the ambulance, no cameras in that hospital, zero cameras in that hospital.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like they're doing a lot of this shit with no like at the bank robbery at the end. You're telling me there's no cameras outside the bank that they have to worry about?
He says the cameras get shut off a couple minutes before you walked in. Dude, this is downtown LA.
Yeah,
there isn't a camera on. Yeah, any other part of that building, there isn't a camera all the cameras in there. There's zero. It's 95, not 1955.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a camera somewhere in there. That's nuts. That's a very good point.
I agree. That's a little nitpick, but what are we doing? We can't nitpick this movie.
Well, I mean, that's true. Dude, when he says you have to be willing to walk out on anything in 30 seconds flat if you spot the heat around the corner, and then you see the way he lives, is that worth it?
No.
It
would. I think this is like anytime I watch a show about a serial killer too, it's like, how would living in constant state of panic be? Dude, when I have like a parking ticket that I know I'm gonna get a fine for, I panic about that like a little pussy. Like anything like this is just no, dude. I'd crumble under the pressure.
Even if you get away, at best, the rest of your life, everywhere you go, everything you do. We talked last week about Whitey Bulger, right? And I mentioned a book about his entire life. At the end of his life, when he went on the run, he was buying IDs from homeless people. He was never leaving his house. He was a paranoid guy, we have to go to Mexico for my heart medication.
Yeah.
They got lucky with the apartment because it wasn't like, a type of the way that you have to live your life. Is this worth it?
Not worth it.
Again, you're killing people, so that's on your conscience too. Not that they give a fuck, but because I guess you wouldn't. But yeah, dude, for $600,000, okay.
Yeah,
that's just so bizarre to me. When you kind of break it down, which is probably why we would not be very good at this, but when you break it down like that, it's like this is stupid.
Yeah, you guys are dumb.
This is a dumb way to live your life.
Well, I think we're smarter than them, so we have that.
True that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that I'm smarter than them, but
maybe not smarter than Robert
fucking...
De Niro, because they're always like, man, you always know what to do, bud.
But he doesn't. This movie, he's constantly breaking his own rules. You got to leave if you spot the heat. He doesn't. As a matter of fact, he does the stupidest thing you can do. We're going to go through with it anyway.
He runs.
That's stupid. He goes back to get Wangro, back to get Edie. Like, It's dumb. He's constantly breaking his own rules. All right, 2 questions. 1, in the diner scene, who's better, De Niro or Pacino?
Ooh. I think De Niro, but
Interesting.
you think it's Pacino? I
Only
would argue it's
because-
only Pacino because this is the best he is in the movie.
Yes. I will argue Pacino only because he gets the line, brother, I'll put you down.
Yeah.
If the round is gonna, or the match is gonna come down to points, and he might win by 1 only because he gets to say, if it's between you and some lady you're gonna widow, I'm gonna put you down.
Yeah,
But
he
De Niro
gets-
has an equally cool line and goes, I will not hesitate, not for a second.
Yeah, they
Like-
both it's both kind of like the exclamation point. It's like
Yeah.
1A and 1B on the yeah, either way. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're right. Probably Pacino just because of that line alone, but I just like
But
De
still,
Niro.
yeah, every time I watch it, I constantly go back. It's like, I prefer him this time, or I prefer the other one this time. Yeah, I don't know. This watch, I was like, maybe Pacino wins it by a fucking point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like it's anything. It's like 10 to 9.9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last question.
Yep.
And Radu, I want to know you too. Have you, okay.
Here we go.
You've seen the top. Perfect. Who are you both in the heist crew? And let's just start at this. None of us are Tom Sizemore.
I already know who Radu is.
Okay.
I feel like I'm Sandra Bullock.
Wait. Sandra Bullock in what?
The Heat.
He did it. He was waiting this whole time to
so
sprinkle
good.
that in, that cocksucker.
Incredible. You bastard. That was good.
No, I think he would be. He
Sandra
is.
Bullock.
He's a loyal guy. You are too, JD. He. I think you guys would be Jeremy Renner in The Town.
Okay.
You guys are down to
You
ride.
really think?
But
You think both of us are Jeremy Renner?
I mean,
Let's
your
remind each
loyalty
other
to
who
the
Jeremy
friendship
Renner
reminds me of Jeremy Renner, not your fucking badassness. No, you both.
Okay,
pussies.
I was like,
Yeah.
dude. Jeremy Renner's like 5'4".
Well, yeah, Radu's not much. That's
No.
why.
It's just funny because at one point he like kind of fucking beats Ben Affleck up, and it's like, dude, Ben Affleck's like a foot taller than him.
Legit, probably is a whole foot taller than Jeremy Renner.
Yeah. No, I think, and I think that we're all versions of this guy. You know, in The Town, the guy that's like, I think I'm premier wheelman. And I'm going to be like, hey, we're not getting out of this. You guys try to like escape, and I'm just going to go get shot and killed. Because using The Town as a reference or whatever, I'm the fucking black guy that gets shot at the beginning of the heist. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm not making it out of this. I might be Neil, like, hey, chill. You need to relax. The guy that controls the whole thing, at best. There's no fucking way I'm Renner. I'm not killing anybody. We didn't say nothing about no kids, man. I'm not that guy. I'm at best like, you know, when it's like, yeah, you guys go ahead and leave. Like, I got this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to jail. I'm Renner in that regard. You're going to have to kill me because I'm not going to jail. I'm not going back there, dude.
Yeah. Fuck that.
So I think I'm the wheelman.
Okay. Damn, dude. You got me on this one. I don't know. The wheelman is a good answer.
Yeah, I'm not going in there. Oh, again, it's like I could see you being like
You're the
guy.
Allstate guy.
No. I could see you being the guy that's like, calm down, nobody's gonna get hurt, or like screaming at your boy like, yo, that's enough.
Yeah.
I think that's all three of us, or the wheelman. None of us are Jeremy Renner or Tom Sizemore. Dude, I would never, ever in a billion years pick up a kid and be like, all right, let's go. You're my
this is
human
my shield.
now. I might like try to like duck behind her or something, but I'm not. There's no way I'm picking up. I don't have that in me to pick up a kid and like.
Radu has a good answer.
I think I would be Cop Who Looks Away, played by James McKiltrick.
In The Town, he's talking about.
in the Town.
You know when the cop pulls up and they're just sitting there in traffic and he just goes.
Oh, sure. Yes. Radu, that's a perfect answer. I would be that
is
guy too.
That is a great fucking answer.
Dude, I would be Danny Trejo, like, oh man, the heat's on me. I can't make it today, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that bails halfway through.
Both
this
of these
thing.
are
Like,
great answers because I agree. This is how I was as a CO too. Like, if there was a group of inmates doing something and it was just me, nah, dude. You think I'm calling them out on that? Fuck that.
dude, Radu, so we had to go do shakedowns, right? In
Yep.
a cell when they went to lunch. I would go in because in the camera they have to see you go into this room,
Yep.
right? So I would sit there and pretend to be shaking their cell down and just watch their TV.
Me too,
And then
dude.
when they would get back, I would just be like, yo, whatever you have in here, clean it the fuck out.
Yep.
I don't care. Just throw it away. I'm not doing all this paperwork. If it's a fucking shank, get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm also
And
not touching your
all
stuff
of them were
either.
like, yeah, no
Gross.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am not going through your guys' shit.
Yeah, dude, we're the same.
I was
person,
that CO
JD.
too.
I did the exact same thing. I made it look good for the camera. I would sit there and time it. I'd be like, you think that's 5 minutes? You think that's 9 minutes? Like, I'd do it differently every time.
I would do no less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I would just sit and watch their TV and they all knew. They'd be like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm like, yeah, just hang outside for a minute.
Bro, it got to the
okay.
point where the inmates were like asking, they're like, so you doing the shakedown? I'm like, all right, this is probably bad if they are like, or they'd be like, you in the visiting room? Because I wouldn't strip them down. Like, you're not getting naked in front of me. I'm not.
Yeah, hell no.
Yeah.
You know, they did not like me on second shift, probably because of what we're talking about.
Yep.
And so kitchen workers would be like, hey, like, I have an onion in my pocket. I'm like, cool. Don't get fucking caught with it. And I would pretend pat them down for the cameras and be like, you're good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
They would tell me as I'm doing it, like, hey, that's cheese. I'm like, cool. Don't get fucking caught with it. Like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah, dude, they didn't have a camera in the room where they're like changing or whatever for the visiting room. So I would legit we'd sit there and talk, and I'd be like, all right, you think that's how long you'd take to take your clothes off and shit? And they'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, all right, let's go.
All right, cool. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I was.
Oh, God,
fuck it.
that's
I don't give a
hilarious.
Fuck. Oh, that's amazing. All right, JD, I think I'll have I'm coming home in a couple weeks, or I guess it's next week at this point.
God, I can't wait.
So I'll have you back on in a couple weeks. I think I want to
Absolutely.
do the Social Network. You down to do that?
Ooh, of course I am.
Hell
Speaking
yeah.
of Natalie Portman, no, I'm excited to see you. Radu, as always, it's a distinct pledge. Watch
Yeah.
Heat. I'm going to go watch Truman's show. You guys are awesome.
Fuck yeah. All right, dude.
I love
Thank
you.
you. Love you,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Appreciate
See
you.
ya.
All right. I think we're good, everybody. Yeah, next week is the Truman Show. And if you notice that I'm wearing the same thing, it's because I had to pre-record it. And if something happens in the news, sorry. Bye.